Welcome back, everybody. Let me move this mic a little bit. Alright, so we're back with another episode of the Voxel Sniper stuff with the map making, and I've done a little work here. We got some stuff to do today. It's gonna be a blast. I've been experimenting with some of these brushes, and I'm learning a little bit, but I still got a lot to learn. So this is where we were at before. I haven't done anything here. Yeah, it's don't really. I got a little sick of the command block stuff. I think that I would be able to do what I want to do with these command block stuffs easier if I was just gonna make a bucket plugin and have it run on a server, which is not how it should be. It shouldn't be, in my opinion, it shouldn't be easier to do things that you can do in the game outside of the... I don't know. Anyways, and I started building a little building here, which we might get to today, but I don't think we will. And I think this, what I want this to be here is like the monster loot exchange kind of deal. So bones, rotten, you know, all monster loot for naturally spawning monsters, basically. I can exchange for money here. So that's what that will be. And then maybe also you could buy like weapons and armor there or something like that. But something else that I've been doing obviously is making some paths, and I'm pretty happy with the way these paths are coming along. So we've got one that leads right to the jungle that then is going to turn into a jungle path, I think. Oh wow, that connects right against the edge of the world. Huh. Yeah, I guess we'll do it like that, and it'll pop out right here. I guess. Sure, why not? The other thing we could do is get rid of that path and have it actually come up and connect around here somewhere like that. But I kind of like that, kind of like having it go into the heart of the jungle. We could put like a temple there or something like that, or a nice cave or something. So let's work on making another path here. So the way that I do it, grab the stone bricks first. I do /B for set the brush to S over, which just splatters over the other stuff. So then let's just go this way, and I just fly along. That's how it's done. Although actually, I'm undoing 10 moves at a time. Okay, it doesn't look like I can do that. /B disk. And then let's just undo this, because really what we should do, here is, and the other thing is, I'm calling this series a Let's Learn, so I should probably do a bit more explaining on how to do some of this basic stuff. So it could be like a tutorial, so I'm going to start doing that. The first episode was kind of a bit of an overview, so I didn't do that. But what I want to do here, these lines are oddly straight. I don't really like that. We could try to fix that. Let's try that. So I'm going to set the brush size to 10. I'm going to swing this guy. Let's connect it up to here, and then back around, right? So painting like that. Same thing here. Let's connect that one again, and then this one let's not connect. So what I'm doing is I'm getting the disk brush, right? Which if you right click with the disk brush with a radius of 10, if you right click with the gunpowder, you'll see that it raises it up, but I'm doing it with the arrow, which just affects things on the same level. So if I do it on the side here, it's kind of hard to see when it's all sand, actually. So maybe I'll show you that. But one thing I did notice that's important, let me grab like something over there, cobblestone, right, is that with even numbers like 10 and 20, there's this one block here because there's not a middle. So I actually want to start getting in the habit, /U to undo, I want to start getting in the habit of using like 9 and 15 instead of 10 and 20 and stuff like that. So then I can /B, change the brush to BD, which instead of, you know, /B space D is just the disk, which is what we're using. So we're going to use a BD, which is a blend disk, which if you right click with the arrow, it's going to start smoothing things out, which is what we want to make this look a little more natural. Yep. Sweet. So that looks a little weird, but I think I'm just going to do it by hand. There we go. And now, in my opinion, all of that looks a little bit more natural than it did when it was straight lines. That looked a little weird. Still smoothing things out here. Okay, so the whole point of me doing that was because I thought it was weird that the lines were straight, but also that I thought it was weird. It's kind of hard to stretch this out. I thought it was weird how the path was going right up a hill. Normally when you build roads and stuff like that, you have to, you know, kind of conform it to the way the land is. So, you know, it shouldn't, you know, it should curve around the hill, really, is what I'm getting at. So again, /BS over stands for splatter overlay. So it's a splatter, which means it's random like that, like you just saw. I shift left click on stone bricks to select them. I don't know if I ever said that. And then I'm going to set it to 5, I think. No, 5's a little big. Let's do, I think it was like 3. Yeah, 3 looks good. So I'm going to come around here, just sort of start curving up over this hill, and we can always come back and change this later. Where am I going, actually? That's a good question. What place are we doing next? I know that over here is the red sand place, so how do we want to get there? Maybe we could come over to the body of water, and then let's have the path go right along here. So you can see we can paint from really far away. I guess is why they call it Voxel Sniper. But because I'm so far away and I was moving my cursor so quickly, not all that much splatter happened. So I'm just going to come back around and do this. So one of the things that I want to fix, which we will do, well, let's do it now. I'm going to shift left click while pointing at sand to select sand, /BD again to get the disk again. I'm going to have to come back and resplatter. That's fine. Because there wasn't enough room for the road to go, so the road was kind of over the edge, if you know what I mean. Like some of the road was up here and some of the road was down one, and I don't like that. So /BD rather for blend disk again. And if you don't want to use well, I guess actually maybe in this case we do want to use the /B5 or something like that. you do want to use the gunpowder, because the gunpowder, the difference between the gunpowder and the arrow is the arrow, when you're using blend tools like that, is the arrow will take stuff away, and the gunpowder will add stuff. So if you are trying to bring out a ledge or smoothly make something taller or something like that, you want to use the gunpowder. But if you want to do the opposite, where you have like a cliff that's too far out and you want to smoothly push it back into the wall, then you want to use the arrow. /B, this over again. And you're gonna need to probably add a few more. Oh, /U, I forgot to change the brush size. /B3. Get the brush size back to where it needs to be. So this isn't, this isn't a complete path, like we said. /time set 0. There's a lot that needs to be done to this path, obviously. So let's just continue flying, and let's go. I mean, my thinking was that if we make the water visible from here, and maybe a split off path that goes like this, we might as well do that now. Then we can put something here in the water, like a boat, or we already did a fishing dock, but something else like that. We could even put like a cave down in the middle or something like that, and now people have the option to go there. And somewhere around here there is the red sand. There it is. I should really know. I made this map, but I don't. Snake it around there, and we're there. I'm going to stop the path there because we don't know what we're going to put here. There is 2 lakes here, so putting something like a boats and stuff is another option, but I was also thinking that we might want to just get rid of the lakes, or we could turn the lakes into lava, do something like that. That is something what to put in each area in terms of building wise is something that, no matter what we put in the jungle, and no matter what we put in the lake, and no matter what we put, we're going to need paths to it. So I'm doing that kind of a stuff first, so that I can get your guys' feedback on what you want the rest of it to look like, whether or not you want there to be already have smooth brick. I'm looking for like cobblestone or something. Cobblestone, there we go. So now, simply enough, as you might imagine, we're just going to go through and do it again with cobblestone, and then one more time with smooth stone. And that should make ourselves, in my opinion, a path that looks pretty nice. And then we have to just walk the path with cobblestone walls and torches in hand, and I just manually placed them. And that doesn't look so bad. So let's go down here while we're here. So yeah, totally, I want to hear your suggestions in the comments. I want to hear what you want the type to be. Something I was thinking, we already have this scoreboard over here with the money system, and I pretty much know how to spend money and add money for various tasks with command blocks. That's not going to be an issue. And then the last block we need is smooth stone, so let's just spawn it in rather than fly all the way back. It's a waste of our time. There we go. So what do you guys want to see? What kind of buildings do you want in here? What do you want there to be a storyline? If so, what kind of a storyline do you think? Do you want there to be parkour puzzles, all that kind of thing? And stuff like that is really all up to you guys, and then I'll figure out how to put it in so that, at the end you'll be able to say, hey, I wanted you to put this in the map, and then I will do the research to figure out how to do that with Voxel Sniper, and at the end we'll come up with a nice map. This path looks a little more dense than the rest of the paths. I don't know what I did. Maybe my brush size was a little smaller or bigger on the other ones. Oop, and a cloud. But that's alright. So let me see how long we've been going for. Okay, so I want to wrap this up pretty soon because I want this episode to be shorter than the last one. So last time set 14. So today we're just going to do the path. And that'll be good. And then next time we'll see what else we can do. I like this path because it is kind of broken down. It's kind of falling apart, you know, which is nice for something like this. I also think that I kind of went a little off track with the cobblestone here, so I'm gonna just kind of put some sand there. See if I can fix that. Whoops. So yeah, so we can do, it's actually pretty flexible where we can go from here. If you imagine, let's say you guys want to have a parkour puzzle, well, that's great. So we can build a parkour puzzle anywhere, really, and put some sort of a storyline to it. Like, we could even spawn in a cat with a name tag and then put a little villager that with a sign next to it says "Help, my cat stuck up there in that tree," right? Parkour puzzle up the tree. You get back and you get a little money as a reward, and you can spend that money on armor, or you can spend that money on anything else. I'll leave the dead bushes that happen to be in the road, but I am gonna break the cactuses. That's a little weird. Also, I definitely want to have some sort of a horse shop. I don't know if there's going to be a way for me to spawn in horses with particular stats, or else I might have to just randomly spawn and tame horses and test them all and then figure out, just get the good ones and figure it out. But if it's possible to control the stats, then it'll be really simple for us to just unlock different rooms in a stable somewhere. With redstone, you know, like you push a button, it spends money and it opens a door. That would be really, really easy, and that would be a great feature for walking around this big map, having a horse. There's no... Yeah, I don't know if we're ever going to have enough loot to justify having a donkey or not. But we might. You never know. And yeah, so, you know, last time we saw that we built a really simple, it's still not done, but it's simple, zombie pigmen bandit camp, which could lend itself to a storyline, right? If you guys wanted there to be like a main quest line that you have to complete here. You know, bandits could be part of the bad guys, stuff like that. But they also could just be randomness, you know, they also could just be nothing, irrelevant. There's a camp there, but you don't ever have to interact with the bandits or anything like that. You just go there if you want to kill, if you want to pick a fight with some zombie pigmen or something like that. Because maybe gold nuggets are worth a lot of points in that zombie loot trade, because it's so deadly to fight zombie pigmen. Ghasts are one thing that I talked about before that I actually don't want, though. We won't be having ghasts. Those I will... Whoop, there's a phone. Ghasts will be killed immediately as they spawn using command blocks. Which is something that you will be able to do in 1.8 but not 1.7. So we'll have to wait till 1.8 comes out, which isn't a problem because it shouldn't be all too long. And the other thing is, we can continue to work on this map, and we can continue to work on that part of the map in the snapshots. So it's not, which already came out, and we already have that feature in the snapshots to kill the ghasts already, so it's not like we're waiting on anything, really. The only thing is that you can't use this voxel sniper stuff that we're doing in the snapshots. So basically, before we do stuff like that, we just have to make sure that we finish all the buildings. So, that's that. That's the path. You can see it all lit up here. one thing I did on the other path, I don't know if it looked good or not, is in certain areas where it looked really bright, like here's two of them really close together, I just knock out one and leave the post there. It looks kind of cool. These ones are kind of close together too. Knock out that post, or knock out the torch rather, leave the post. I don't know, makes it kind of look even more run down. So yeah, we've got plenty of locations to build stuff at. One of these episodes soon, I want to work on an actual building, which will be a lot more like vanilla rather than just painting along, like we have been doing. So, and I'm just gonna splatter overlay this until it happens to get rid of those random grass blocks. Okay, so that's it. And this episode is about 20 minutes. Perfect. Alright, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.